So here we are, everyone, on the final night of the Mario Day Mario Kart Tournament. We're gonna just be hanging out and playing. And also answering some random questions. So it should be a chill time. So question number 1, what have you created that you are the most proud of? What have I created that I'm the most proud of? I would say I honestly sometimes feel pretty proud whenever I create a video that, like for me now, I feel like 100,000 views is like my super crazy threshold. Like whenever a video gets over 100,000 views, I'm like, wow, that is something neat that I created. But then I guess also I probably shouldn't like depend on a number. I probably shouldn't depend on a number to dictate if I'm proud of something. But yeah, like, so like, I think of like, one of my first videos that like ever blew up, like got super duper popular, was my Elgato game capture tutorial video. And that was my first video that got over 100,000 views, and it was like my first video that really like blew up more than I had ever seen in my life. Like I remember at the time, like even just for me, like 1,000 views was like really, that was like my like craziest accomplishment. And then like my Elgato game capture tutorial video just like kept getting higher and higher views, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like that was something I was really proud of. And then something that I'm proud of just like because I'm proud of it, like not because of views. Your highest is top secret things to try on your Switch. Yeah. Now like I'm getting well, cause yeah, so there are some videos where it's like some vertical like YouTube shorts that get a lot of views and like get over 100,000, which is really crazy. And then like, so I feel like when my actual YouTube videos, like the regular, 8-minute long ones or whatever, get over 100,000, like that's kind of crazy. But yeah, top secret things to try on your Switch. Hashtag stalker. I don't mind. I find it very flattering that anybody would even know what my most popular, my highest viewed video is. I'd say I'm really proud of, well, like, yeah, this is like the really cheesy answer, but like I'm really proud of our community that we have created. I think is very, yeah, very cool. I don't know if proud is the right word, but like I feel very lucky that we have created a very cool and supportive community. That's really cool. That's something I would say I'm kind of proud of. Yeah, I would say like my YouTube channel in general I'm pretty proud of, just because I remember, so like my YouTube channel, cool, puts on shades. Yeah, very cool community we have here. Yeah, my YouTube channel, like my main YouTube channel, the Chase Yama YouTube channel, is actually like my, let me think, it's like my 3rd or 4th YouTube channel. And so I remember it was December 2017 when I switched YouTube channels. Like I first started posting on youtube.com/ChaseYama. And that was like a really big like risk for me, I remember, or like I like felt like, oh, I'm just gonna do this for fun or whatever. And then it ended up getting really, it ended up being like my most popular, I guess, YouTube channel. So that's something I'm really proud of, because I remember being very scared about starting a brand new YouTube channel. Because for the longest time, I thought I was gonna be a comedian. Like, I thought I was gonna be a comedy YouTuber. Like, I thought I was gonna be like Niga Higa or something. But then yeah, I started posting like tech videos and like Nintendo videos, and then that's what really took off. So you still can be. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm that funny. I don't know if I'm that funny or creative. But yeah, so I would say that's something I'm pretty proud of. Oh, can you guys hear the dogs? Dogs are barking. Hello, Psycho Reaper. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Hello, hello. Alright, I think the music might be or the game might be a little bit loud. Let me fix that for you. But yeah, that's something I'm pretty proud of. Now in terms of like, I don't know, now I'm thinking of like school stuff, I guess. Like a school project that I'm really proud of. To be honest, I don't know if I can really be proud of any school projects, because I was the type of kid in school, whenever we had like school projects, my mom would help me a lot. Basically, my mom would do my projects for me, which I'm very privileged. I was very privileged, obviously, for. Very lucky to have my mom, who's super like, crafty, that's why. I remember one of my first school projects in middle school was like, we had like a school, like a, what was it called? Basically, we had like a government. We had to pretend to have like an economy. It was like, yeah, because we were learning about like economics, I guess, like world economics. So everybody had to create like something to sell for fake money. And so my mom, bless her heart, she helped me make these shoot, what were they called? Paper mache. My mom made these paper mache fishes for me. Like, and it makes me wonder now. I wonder if like teachers can tell when it's the parents who did the project for me or the kids, you know? Because there's no way I could have made a paper mache fish. Like, are you crazy? And so like the way that she would do it was like blow up the balloon, then you'd do the like paper mache on top of the balloon, then it would be like a fish. I forget what we called it. It was like some kind of fish pun. I was the type of guy, when I did projects, I would not like what I did, so I redid the project, causing me to lose time to turn it in. Oh no! School projects just suck. The other school project that my parents really helped me with that, like, you know, it went ham, went ham on, was like, we had to do a... God, I don't even remember what it was, but like we had to do some kind of like a science experiment or something as a project. And so my stepdad, rest in peace, he came up with the idea to do like a renewable energy type of experiment where it was like we got a kettle full of water, put it on like a stovetop burner, and then the steam from the kettle would blow a windmill that would charge a battery. Like, it was crazy. I don't even know how that worked still, but like, and like, yeah, so like my stepdad, since he was like he worked with like, he was basically a, what's the word? He like worked in like, how come my brain cannot think? I blame the depresso, but I can't think of words. Construction worker. Jesus Christ. My stepdad was a construction worker, and So he had like the you know, the thing that the tool that you use to like measure voltage or whatever. And so yeah, I was able to like, or like I guess he was able to get the steam. I thought that was the end. He was able to get the steam from a pot to blow a windmill that generated electricity. It was crazy. But yeah, so that's I like those two projects in particular. I remember being like, I look back and like that's something really crazy that I did, or like my parents did for me. Oh god, I gotta click the thing to generate a new question. But I'm like also in the middle of this race. No! Gosh darn it. Okay, new question. What makes you cry? Oh no. What a bad time to ask this question. What makes me cry is like when I go to a convention and then I feel really lonely. No, what makes me cry? I would say what makes me cry. I cry a lot thinking whenever I see something really cute. That's like a happy cry. That's nice. I like that. That's a good answer. I like happy cries. Yeah, I like my happy cries would be like when something really exciting happens that makes people happy and excited, I guess. So like for me, it's like, oh, I watch those YouTube videos of movie theater reactions of Avengers Endgame or like Spider-Man when all of the Peter Parkers show up, like, and then that makes me cry. Or like even like I remember watching reaction videos to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate reveal trailers, and like that made me cry a lot. Wait, we're playing with Nintendo from Canada. I would say like, yeah, so like happy cries are really nice. When something exciting happens that people are excited about. What movie made me cry? Oh, what makes me cry a lot is like in movies or TV. Thanks, Peach. Is like when there's like a character dying and like, you know, all of their friends or family are like on the side of their bed or something, you know, like they're like, please, like they're like begging them not to die. Like that gets me every time because it reminds me a lot of like my stepdad dying. So that makes me cry. Like specifically those types of instances in movies that it will get me really bad. I started thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't mention this. I don't know. Trigger warning, I guess? Maybe I should mention trigger warning about, dying. But what gets me recently, what makes me cry a lot is like, I think about how, like, I think about the possibility of like not being able to see my family in the afterlife, if there is one, and that makes me cry a lot. Like I think about like not being able to see my mom, you know, like that makes me cry. I'm gonna start crying now. Yeah. Okay, let's stop that. We're gonna change questions. I don't like this question. Damn. Next question. What is something you can never seem to finish? Something I can never seem to finish. Trying to think. Something I can never seem to finish. Cleaning. Oh yeah, that's a good answer. Cleaning is a good answer. Definitely cleaning. My mind instantly went to like movies and like video games. Like I tried playing Kingdom Hearts, I couldn't finish that. I tried watching I tried watching I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that I wasn't able to finish watching. Like I don't know. Oh, I couldn't seem to finish and this might be a hot take. This might be a spicy thing to say, but I couldn't seem to finish Fantasia, the Disney. It's not even, I don't even know if you would call it a movie. But it's basically like it's like an orchestral show from Disney. I tried watching it, but then I couldn't finish it because I honestly got kind of bored. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for the most part, when I can't finish something, I'll never do it again. Like yeah, like when I tried playing Kingdom Hearts, and I couldn't bring myself to play it. I didn't play a Kingdom Hearts game ever again. Oh, I guess Cuphead. I can't seem to finish Cuphead because the final boss is impossible. No! The thwomp. Sorry. I don't know. Yeah, apologies if the vibes are gonna be a little bit quiet. Which is another thing that I kind of struggle with, speaking of being quiet. That has been bothering me these past 2 days, is that I don't talk. I have a hard time talking, like having a conversation with anybody. So a lot of the times I would just sit in silence, like, I don't know. I realized that, like, sometimes I just sit in silence and, like, you know how, like, sometimes people will say that, like, the people you're closest with, it won't matter if there are those awkward silences, or, you know, if you just sit there without talking. Like, that's the type of people where it's like you're so comfortable with them that sitting in silence is okay. But then I get in my head about, like, I'm sitting here in silence, but are they gonna think that, like, I'm boring? Or, like, do they expect me to, like, yeah, am I just, like, boring? Like, is it uncomfortable by me just, like, sitting here in silence? Oh, I don't know. That's another thing where it's like, I get really in my head about if you lost all your possessions but one, what would you want it to be? This is like the question of, like, if you had to leave your house and only be able to grab one thing, what would it be? And whenever this type of question comes up where it's like, oh, only one of your possessions, I always think about, like, my phone or, like, my computer, because that has, like, everything I would ever need, I feel like. You know? I always feel like this is a pretty easy question, like my computer. As long as I have my computer, I feel like I'll have most things that I need. Yeah. Although it's weird, although it's funny because like, yeah, I can have my computer, but with no monitor, then I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. What bends your mind every time you think about it? Oh boy. I would say the universe in general bends my mind every time I think about it. Just like our existence. This is like super, I'm about to get all into philosophical, but like, I think thinking about our existence, the human existence, is really crazy. Because you think about how big the universe is and how tiny we are. Like, what's out there? Like, what's going on? What's the meaning of all of this? That's something that bends my mind. I hope I don't cause anybody. Yeah, a few months ago, I went through like a proper existential crisis. Like, I wasn't able to get out of bed because I was going through like an existential crisis. So I hope I don't cause anybody to also go through that, because it was pretty rough. But yeah, definitely like thinking about our existence is something that can kind of bend my mind. What else? I don't know. I'm trying to think about what I've seen on like shower thoughts or something. What kind of shower thoughts? Yikes. No. Oh, nar. I get a boo and then... That's the worst one, the boo. The boo can't even do its job correctly. I just used a boo to get a banana. Ow. Ow. But... yeah. Sorry, I can't click on the thing to generate a new question, because I'm in the middle of this epic race. Please? Okay. Okay. 5th place. Not great. But also not the absolute worst. Okay, we got this question already. What story does your family always tell about you? Oh, I have a funny story that my family always tells about me. Apparently, and it's like a story where it's like I don't even remember it, because it's a story about how apparently when I first went to preschool, I was very young, so like barely potty trained, and apparently as the story goes, when I went to preschool, I had to poop. I feel like there's no other way I can say it. I had to poop, and then I pooped in the urinal. And so the teacher had to call my mom and tell my mom that I pooped in the urinal. Oh wait, Star Kosi. That's the person I was playing with. Star Kosi, I was playing with one time in this tournament, and then I go to their Twitch stream, and they were like trash talking me. I mean, it was like playfully, like basically he was like, "Oh, get wrecked, son." Like very playfully, like I don't take it seriously. But yeah, I went to their stream and they're like, "Get wrecked, son." And I was like, wow. Oh yeah, so yeah, pooping in the urinal is a story that I remember, or that my family always tells about me, but I don't remember. What else story? I guess probably the stories about how, like, and this is, I guess these are multiple stories about how I used to throw tantrums because I didn't want to go to school. And like they were really, really bad tantrums, like to the point where like the principal of the school had to come to my mom's car to get me out of the car. It was really bad. But then I really turned my life around and I was like, I had like the most perfect attendance after, by the time I was like in 4th or 5th grade, where it was to the point where it's like I even went to school while I was sick with the swine flu. If you guys remember swine flu back in like 2008. I had the swine flu and I still went to school because I was like my perfect attendance. But yeah, definitely that's another story where it's like I hear a lot about how I used to throw tantrums because I didn't want to go to school. And I would like I would run out of the house in the morning before school and try to outrun my mom's car so that I wouldn't have to go to school. It was really bad. Very embarrassing. When people come to you for help, what do they usually want help with? Well, yeah, just yesterday, my friends had asked me to go to this convention because they asked me to help them film. So, like video stuff. Obviously, like the things you would most probably expect is what people ask help from me, like, yeah, video or video games or tech. Like my grandma always asks me how to fix stuff on her phone. It's like the classic like grandma thing to do. So that's a big thing that people usually want my help with. Actually, thinking about it now, I guess people don't usually ask me for advice, like life advice, because I'm so bad. Because I myself am the one who needs the life advice. Is probably why people don't ask me for help. But yeah. So just the things that you would expect, like nothing really that interesting. What are you a natural at? I feel like I was a natural at math in school, at least. Like for some reason, like math, I just like got it. For the most part. There were some parts of math, like near the end. Sleeping, true. But really, when you think about it, aren't we all naturals at sleeping? Actually, you know what's crazy? Going back to like the things that like bend your mind. Apparently, and I don't know if this is still considered true today, but apparently I had heard from a podcast that sleeping is the one thing where it's like, we don't know why we do it. Like we know that sleeping, you know, regenerates us basically, but we don't know why we sleep. Isn't that crazy? Like we just we close our eyes and then it regenerates, and then we regenerate. So that's like another thing where it's like, what is the reasoning or the purpose for our existence? Like what is the meaning behind sleep? Who knows? But that's crazy. No, but yeah, also yeah, sleeping is great. I love sleeping too. I could sleep forever. But yeah. Yeah, I would say in school I was kind of a natural at math. I remember a specific instance where I was in like 4th or 5th grade, and we were just learning about like long division, and my teacher was like, okay, Chase, if you think you're so good at long division, then try this really complicated number. And, like, she gave me like this like 7 or 8 digit number to do long division for, and then I did it, and she like looked at it and like did the calculations or whatever, and she's like, oh wait, you're right. I was like, let's go. I would say math I was like a natural at. I guess anything with numbers, really? You jerk. Sorry, I didn't mean to call him a jerk. But yeah, once it got to like calculus, I had to tap out. What are you interested in that most people haven't heard of? I feel like I'm just a normie, so there's nothing I can really even say. Because it's like my things that I'm interested that people haven't heard about, like, I don't know, Nintendo, but everybody has heard of Nintendo, obviously. I don't know, every time I bring up Tila Tequila, I feel like chat doesn't remember, or chat isn't aware. But what else? I don't know. This question is basically asking like, what are you the most hipster about? I don't read books. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles, obviously. Waffles are great because it's the perfect, like, you know, with pancakes you get it's like the same like consistency. Like you're always just basically eating like bread, you know? But waffles are so good because you can get like the crispiness of like the crispy edges of waffles, but then also have like a soft center. So it's like you get the best of both worlds, as Hannah Montana once said. Also, waffles are great because they have little pockets to hold your syrup, which is awesome. So definitely waffles in my book. Although sometimes it is nice to have a nice pancake every once in a while. Belgian waffles, but IHOP pancakes. Nice. I want to actually go to an IHOP. I still haven't gone. No! God dang it. But yeah, pancakes or waffles? How about both? Ooh. Dude, I'm excited for the new Mario Kart. If anything, just because it'll be something different finally. I've been playing this game for like 11 years. Oh god. Oh god. Because if I'm not mistaken, Mario Kart 8 came out in 2014, I think. Alright. Next question. Have you ever saved someone's life? Oh my god. What a heavy question. Have I ever saved someone's life? I don't know if I have. I've had my life saved. I've been on the other side where, it's so dumb. We were doing fireworks one year, like, and we had like, it was like we were by like the aerial. There were like aerial fireworks, and I was busy like recording the fireworks. Just like I had my camera and I was like looking in my camera recording the fireworks, and I didn't know that someone had set off an aerial right next to me. My stepdad came and ran in and grabbed me right before the aerial shot up. So like, yeah, if I hadn't, if my stepdad hadn't moved me there, I actually like, it actually like saved my life. Which is pretty crazy. I was too busy like staring into my camera. Everyday Chase just by being here for us. Aw. That's a bit. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm saving anybody's life by playing Mario Kart. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever saved someone's life. I mean, that would be very like, that would be very touching to me. Like, that would be very, I would be very honored if like by me making videos that I saved someone's life. Like, I guess trigger warning, but like, yeah, the YouTuber Anna Akana, she has a YouTube video called like, please don't unalive yourself, you know? And like that, like, that's a really, I feel like that's a video that probably has done a lot of great, it's been very beneficial to many people, including myself. I don't know if any of my videos would be like, oh, this saved my life. And then I'm like talking about Mario. Ow. But yeah, what an honor that would be. Ow. So yeah, I don't know if I've ever saved anyone's life. Yeah, I would hope like that would be like, even, well, I mean, even outside of just like making videos, but like just like in general, by talking to someone, if I'm able to save someone's life just by talking to them, that would be a huge honor. You know? Like, that would be something very like meaningful. Wait, why did the blue shell go off all the way back there? Also guys, we only have like 30 minutes left in this Mario Kart tournament. Also yeah, if you guys are, anybody in chat, if you guys want free My Nintendo points, they're doing a challenge where if they have, what it's like, if this tournament runs 1 million laps or something, if people race 1 million times throughout this tournament, then everybody who is in the tournament gets free My Nintendo points. Like, if you want free My Nintendo points, you can hop into the tournament. You don't even you can just do like one race and then you get all the points, which is pretty cool. Oh, this is an interesting one. Who inspires you to be better? I have a very cheesy answer. I would say you guys inspire me to be better, like genuinely, because I think about how I don't want to disappoint my community. I would say you guys inspire me to be better. I would say some of the people that I know, like some of my like, I guess my IRL friends inspire me to be better. I would say people who I look up to in general, like streamers or YouTubers, inspire me to be better. My mom, family. Why is it the camera's so bright? going on there? Wait, oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. That was weird. What happened? Who inspires you guys to be better? Ah. Yeah, I would say like just the normal things. Or I mean, you know, all the cheesy stuff. Like my community, my, like, the people that I know, my family. The people who I look up to and watch. Ow. Da uwu. Ah. You know what's an interesting thing about inspiring me to be better? Like the people who doubt me sometimes. Well, I mean, I would say a lot of times. Once again, I'm a very sensitive little guy. So like when people doubt me, then I guess that inspires me to be better. I think about all the times people said that I wouldn't make it as like a content creator or like a YouTuber. And that gets me. Yeah. It's tough. It's like, I mean, this isn't even, this is kind of like not related to the question. Sorry, I was like choking on my own saliva. Unrelated to the question, but I think about a lot of the times like the whole like nature versus nurture thing. Because for the third time in a row, I'm a very sensitive guy. So I think about like, you know, probably some of my upbringing had to do with the way that I turned out, right? Like I'm more of like, I believe more of like nurture, like, and in case, I don't know, maybe in case anybody doesn't know the whole nature versus nurture or like the meaning of it, it's like this like sort of debate about whether the way that you turn out in like your personality and your characteristics, if that's sort of like, if you're just born with it, or if it's something that as you grow up, like the way that you were raised changes your personality as you grow up. I think it could be a little bit of both. I think there's probably a little bit of like a gray area in between. But yeah, I think generally, like, I think I look back at like, I had a pretty tough childhood. So I think a lot of it might have had to do with the way that I turned out. And I mean, like, I definitely had a very privileged childhood too. So like, but yeah, I think mentally, I had a kind of like tough upbringing. So yeah, I think it's a little bit, you can have a little bit of both, like nature versus nurture. I lean more towards like, yeah, like, I mean, I even see it in like, you know, it's why I guess going back to the question of like what makes you cry, I get very emotional about like how my niece is raised, because I feel like that that has a very, that's super duper impactful in like how, and like what her personality is going to be like as she gets older. And like I see it like firsthand in terms of like, you know, like she learns like how people, you know, how people treat her, and like she takes after the way that people act around her and stuff. So like I think definitely there's a big nurture part. So I try to be like very like, I don't know, I guess sweet and kind to my niece, obviously. And it makes me like, that's another like, also what makes me cry is thinking about like my niece having to go to school, and like imagining like if people bully her or anything, like that makes me really sad, because she's so sweet. She's like so sweet, and So it makes me so sad thinking about like if kids, you know, because I think kids are just, you know, kids are kids. So like kids can be so mean. So I get really sad thinking about like, oh, if people are gonna be mean to my little niece. Like that makes me cry. Ow. Next question. Oh hey, this is a funny one. What dumb accomplishment are you proud of? I feel like most of my accomplishments are pretty dumb. In the grand scheme of things. You know, like being on Nintendo's Instagram or like social media pages is a pretty, like when you think about it, a pretty dumb accomplishment. Like I tried explaining to my uncle the fact that I was on Nintendo's Instagram and he didn't get it. Like he just didn't get it. So that in the big picture, that's a pretty dumb accomplishment that I'm proud of. Have you accomplished anything long? Aw. I think everybody has accomplished anything, as small as it can be. Maybe your accomplishment is just like waking up in the morning, I think is a pretty good accomplishment. Or like getting up out of bed. But yeah. I'm trying to think if I have had any other dumb accomplishments. I remember I filmed a video a while ago, a long time ago. I filmed this dumb video where I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to get the world record for like chugging a Mountain Dew. And then I like tried it and it was so painful. If you ever try to like chug soda, especially really like potent, like really, what's the word I'm looking for? Like really bubbly soda, it hurts. But yeah, that was a dumb accomplishment that I tried to get. Okay. I don't know what else. I don't know if I've had any other accomplishments. Okay. Next question. Oh wait, we already did this one. Ow! What issue will you always speak your mind about? Oh, that's an interesting one. An issue I will always speak my mind about? Probably the fact that the Nintendo Switch only has one USB port on the bottom. Like I don't know, the most silly issues. Or like, I'll always speak my mind about, I'll always speak my mind about like the Nintendo Switch kickstand is so bad. Anybody else's Nintendo Switch kickstand just fall off. Every time I try to use it and it just falls off. It's so bad. So I can't wait for the Switch 2, which will, it looks like has a much better kickstand. Next. Oh, if you had to change your name, what would you change it to? I actually like my name. Well, I like my first name. I like Chase. Because I feel like it's unique. It's a unique sound, I guess. Like I can tell when somebody says Chase, you know, because it's like very like Chase. Like you can, it's very pronounced. If I had to change it, like, what name have I always liked? You always wanted Sarah when you were young? Aw. Sarah's a nice name. I like the name Sarah. That's a cute name. I don't know. I like the idea of having like a memorable name, I guess. Like a unique name. Like, imagine if my name was like, you know, like that meme about like, oh, you know, you name your first son the name of your favorite song by your favorite band. And it's like, oh, my name would be like APT or something. Ow, the bat. Or like my name would be, I don't know. Oh my god, speaking of like silly like names and stuff and whatnot, I have this idea for a tattoo. The problem is that I don't know if I would ever get a tattoo. Maybe I would. Maybe I'll get a tattoo, guys. I have this really silly idea for a tattoo that I actually might... Maybe I will get it. And I wanted to share my silly idea for a tattoo. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's probably not that original is the problem. I don't know. Just like as a warning, I trademark this idea. I copyright this idea, so please don't anybody steal it. I have this idea for a tattoo. If I ever do get a tattoo, I feel like my only tattoo would be, I want to get the word that, like THAT, tattooed on my arm. Because then, whenever I'm talking to somebody and they say something, I can be like, oh wait, no way, I have that tattooed on my arm. And then I'll show them and it just says that. Like, oh, I have that tattooed on my arm. Like, yeah, if I ever do get a tattoo, that's the only one I ever want. Ah, shucks. Just like right here, like just like that, THAT. And I was thinking of like, oh, I could make it like the same font as, you know, that the Nickelodeon show, All That. I could like use that same font. It'll just say that. Or maybe even just having it in like cursive might be kind of. I feel like I wouldn't want like a super. I don't want like a super bold tattoo. Just like something small. Yeah, just something silly. But that was my idea. Yeah. Do. What's the best piece of advice you ever received? I don't know if I've ever received advice, actually. I feel like I just kind of like... learn. I learn by doing. What is one of your favorite smells? I really like the smell. There's a very specific smell of, and I don't even think they have it anymore, but like they have at like our local like drugstore, it's called Longs, but then I think like CVS bought them out. So now it's like a CVS basically. Anyway, basically, yeah, so yeah, basically in like our local CVS. Like ever since I was a kid too, I feel like I walk in there and there's just a very specific smell. That smells very nice to me. What else smells are there? Well, the thing is, when I think of smells, I only think of like stinky smells. I don't know about any good smells. Like I can only think of like, you know, the good smells of food. Or like the whenever I go to the doctor's office, or like, I mean, not anymore, but like when I used to go to our like pediatrician, the building that they were in always had a very specific smell. Bacon. That's a good smell. Oh wait, speaking of smell, here's an interesting question. If you guys had to lose one of your senses, what would it be? And then we can say like, let's say science doesn't matter, because I think isn't like your taste, your sense of taste is based on your sense of smell. But like, let's just say that you can get rid of your sense of smell and still have taste. So like, if you had to get rid of one, what would it be? I think I would want to get rid of touch. That would be a crazy one to get rid of. Losing your sense of touch. I don't know, so I mean, I don't know about everything would feel the same. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought like I was thinking like then you wouldn't have arms. I'm stumped by my own question. Because I was thinking like smell. Maybe I could get rid of my sense of smell. But then it's like, I guess you would never know if... I guess you already kind of don't. You already kind of don't know if you stink, because you know how like you get used to your own smells, so you never know if you actually stink. So if I didn't have smell, I wouldn't know if I stink, but then I probably wouldn't know anyway. I need to know if I stink. Wait, now I'm like, I don't even remember the senses. So there's, what are the 5 senses? Sight, so like sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. I can't just be walking around like a lingering fart. Well, you know what would be good about not being able to smell? Is like, well, I feel like if you tell people that you are like, you know, if people are aware, they would be like more forgiving. And like also, so like say like you're walking around and you stink and like everybody can smell that you stink. But, you know, they'll be like, oh, you know, they can't smell, so, you know, how can you blame them? So instead, they can just spray as much like cologne or deodorant or whatever. Like they can just spray as much as they need, because then you can't smell it anyway. Again, I imagine if you tell people, then it'll be like, they'll be more forgiving. They'll be like, oh, it's because they don't have a sense of smell. Like, So it's okay that they stink. Oh wow, we're on like the final minutes of this tournament. What's an unpopular opinion you have? Unpopular opinion. I don't know if I have any unpopular opinions. I'm kind of a normie. I'm very basic. I guess my unpopular opinion, and I don't know how unpopular this is, my unpopular opinion is that I don't care whether or not people put pineapple on pizza. Like, I just don't care. Like, if people want to put pineapple on pizza, that's fine. I don't care. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. Because I feel like people feel so strongly against it. I don't care. I like pineapple though. I do like pineapple. I had a pineapple burger when we were in Disneyland. That was pretty good. That's a cute little pineapple. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know what else unpopular opinions I have. I wonder if it's unpopular. I wonder if it's an unpopular opinion that, like, I loved the Mario movie. I hear people say that they don't like the Mario movie. And I'm like, what? Oh wait, that's my unpopular opinion though, is like, my unpopular opinion is that I really liked the last Star Wars movie, Rise of Skywalker. I feel like that's a very unpopular opinion. Because so many people will talk about how that movie ruined Star Wars or whatever. And I'm like, I thought it was fun. I mean, I think the Rise of Skywalker, like, some of the things don't really make sense, or like, you know, it's like just kind of like weird. But like, I thought it was a fun movie. I thought just like, it's a very like, yeah, just fun. It's a fun movie. It's not like super deep or anything, it's just like fun. What? Come on. I was right at the finish line. That's crazy. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? I think invisibility would be pretty cool. Either like invisibility or flying. Because then if you're invisible, you can just steal money. Is that bad? You can just steal money if you're invisible, and then like, you you wouldn't have to work anymore. And then you can just kind of like, you can just exist as an invisible person. Flying would be really cool. The problem with flying is that, like, I don't know how to, I don't know how to expose that to where you wouldn't have to work. Like, my end goal is like just that, so that you never have to work anymore. Oh no, is the thing closed? Let's try again. Come on, I have time for like one more race. Let's see. Is the tournament closed already? I thought it was 11:59. But meow, 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 meow. Ooh, what's your earliest memory? That's a crazy one. You know what's sad? This is actually kind of a sad story. Honestly, my earliest memory is like... I have some vague memories. But I would say my earliest, like, very vivid memory is like... It's so sad, but it was the night when my parents got divorced. It was the night my parents got divorced. And then we drove to my grandma's house. That's like my earliest memory. Like, I remember some very vague things before that, but like, that's probably my earliest specific memory. Yeah, kind of a downer. Kind of a sad one. What's the worst movie you've ever seen? Well, I did watch the original Mario Brothers movie. That was pretty bad. Another movie that I think of when I think of really bad movies is like, it's an R-rated movie called Movie 43. And it's basically a collection of sketches, but like, most of the sketches just like aren't that funny. And they don't work together at all. So that's a pretty bad movie when I think about it. Also, wait, it's 11:59, so this tournament should be closed. Maybe it'll let me do this last race, please. I wonder if it'll show like my overall ranking. You're listening but going to Fortnite. Alright, sounds good. Thank you for keeping the stream on. I appreciate that. Speaking of which, maybe I'll hop into a game of Fortnite after this. I don't know. I have been craving a little bit of Fortnite. Although I don't know anything about like what's new or anything like that. Oh, goodness. No! Oh, nar. Ow, wow, 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 wow. No, how come I couldn't drift? Hello? Drift? Oh, shortcut. Ah, the shortcut wasn't worth it. Oh my god. Do. What talent would you show off in a talent show? Probably guitar. Probably music. Maybe juggling. Tournament is now closed. Ah, that's the end, folks. It's the end of the Mario Day Mario Kart tournament. Let's see. I had 764 by the end, and the top person had 22,000. That's crazy.